Om Om Sadashivasamarambha Shankaracharya Madhyama Asmadacharya Paryanta Vande Guru Parampara Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheswara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhudaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahi Tejasvinavadhetamastu Mahavidvishavahi Om Shant Shant Shanti. Sriharim Paramanandam Upadeshtaram Ishwaram Vyapakam Sarvalokanam Karanam Tam Namamyaham. As we have been discussing this 15 steps of Nididhyasana. In the last class, we took this Deha Shamyam. So where the body is very stable, still, so that you don't have unnecessary movement. The main purpose is that what happens in your mind, accordingly you behave. If your sitting posture mainly is not proper, definitely your breathing cannot be proper. And if your breathing is not proper, how can be your thinking proper? That's why in Yoga Shastra, Deha Shamyam is being highlighted a lot. Especially if you want to calm down your mind, you need to spend more time in meditation, and meditation is nothing in the beginning stages, but first is making your body still, where you align physically the head, the neck, and the back in a straight line, which in long run helps to straighten your mind. If you observe when you do meditation in the beginning stages, if your mind is straight, you'll be able to sit down straight. If your mind bends down, gets occupied, slowly what will happen? From the lower back, you will start bending down, including in the class. While discussing this, let us not stretch too much. We have already seen. Okay. Now, Adi Shankaracharya thought, okay, apart from this, now, once the person is preparing himself or herself, physically, the person is okay. That's why, as I said many times, when we go to the teacher, so there is a way. How we walk, how we talk, not the way we want, jump, jump, okay, you understand. It doesn't work. So that means the person is not a student. And when you are not a student, you think, will anything enter? That's why they say beautifully, very nice point. There are many cases. One of the best cases, if you want to give from our thing, One of the very close associate is Uddhava of Lord Krishna. The Uddhava Gita maybe will take some time. Very nice. In Bhagavatam it comes. When Lord Krishna understood time has come, I have to leave this body. And moreover, there will be disaster. So he calls Uddhava, hey, look, now time has come. You better, what you should do, go. And he doesn't want to. Then finally, he hands over his paduka. Paduka means the, the chapel, you can say, the shoe, okay, the wooden shoe to Uddhava. Now you go. This is it. You, because I am there. The teaching is continuing. Whereas if you look at the son of Lord Krishna, Samba Adi, they are the blood of Lord Krishna, but they had to get destroyed. There are many examples. One of the recent example also we can give, which is very popular. In this case, I take it. This Ananda and Buddha. Ananda happens to be his cousin brother, Gautam Buddha. Okay. But what happened? When Buddha died, Ananda cried. So it means that Ananda was all the time with Buddha, never learned anything. It was just he was living as a shadow. So the student must become a student to understand the knowledge. But the problem is student does never becomes a student, but pretends to be student and expects to understand the knowledge. Will it be possible? So keeping that in mind, why I brought this topic, this is a very crucial point here. When you are preparing yourself physically, then only there will be a shift in your mind. So shifting the vision, that can be referred or inferred from your external behavior, but in reality difficult to find out. Whereas if you do not bend down, if you do not become humble, if you do not align yourself, how can your drishti, your vision will be changed? It will never, never, never happen. It becomes almost waste of time and in return life. अगले जीवन में, in coming life, something may happen and should happen. Why I am bringing this point? Let us read so that it becomes easier. दृष्टिं ज्ञानमयीं कृत्वा पश्यत् ब्रह्ममयं जगत् सा दृष्टि परमोदारा न नासाग्रवलोकिनी. Here we are talking about a vision. As you know, the vision will be changed when there is a cognitive change, especially when your so-called intellect is defeated by your intellect. Please try to understand this concept very carefully. The vision, your drishti, will change when your so-called intellect is defeated by your intellect. means when your intellect make you to understand that your way of functioning, your way of seeing has limitations and is not useful, beneficial. In fact, it has full of fallacies. Until and unless this happens, your vision will never change. I'll give you a bad example, then I'll come to good example. So this example I pick up from the this all this movie example. Especially those who are professional criminals and they are being caught, they go to the jail. Do they feel any difference? In fact, they enjoy more. Without doing anything for a few days, we'll have good food, good rest. So that is called, they have, healing point, relaxing point. And of course, they know how to escape. The moment they come out, you know what they do, what they don't do. How it happens? Because their thinking has not been challenged by themselves. Even though it is being challenged by the law, challenged by the situation, maybe challenged by the family people, still they continue the way they are. Look at yourself too. How you continue your perception, your way of looking things, people, situation, place, based on your intellect. And again, your intellect is mainly supported, nourished by your insecurity and information plus experience. And unless and until that is being challenged, unless and until you see the limitations of that, it will never ever happen anything in your life. That's why they say very nicely, Lord Vishnu or every deity has got some weapon. It's not that all deities are compassionate, okay? This is called wrongly highlighted, okay? Remember, if the deities become compassionate, they cannot become deity at all. Let us look at Lord Vishnu. Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma. They say very nicely. That is a way of looking at. So first what happens? Now, look, if something goes wrong, so Lord Vishnu blows the conch, like blowing the whistle. Hey, be aware of it. Through the situations, so we come to know. But there are people, they never wake up, okay? They continue the way they are. So he has got mes gada, okay? Hit properly. And after being, hitted or beaten up properly, if the fellow doesn't wake up, then what happens? Now, Lord Vishnu doesn't have any other choice. He has his disc chakra. So, whereas if you change, there is a Abhaya Mudra with a Padma with a lotus. Get the best. Can you see this point? In every deity has a weapon, also Abhaya Mudra. The blessing. But we don't want to change our vision But we want Abhay Mudra, okay? God should bless us, everybody should bless me. First, let my intellect bless me. And remember, that time your intellect will bless you when your intellect is being defeated by your, Shastra-based intellect. And if you are not being defeated, don't worry. Society, the situation surrounding will give you a hard time, tough time, so that you will have some opportunity to look at. Here, this is the vision. If you observe how this Shastra based logic makes your intellect to see differently. Because of Upasana Buddhi, so there is a Upasana Buddhi, because Shastra says you need to do Upasana. So what you do? You see Saligrame Vishnu. So seeing on a stone, you don't see as a stone, but you look at Vishnu. That is a Pratyaksha Vishnu. The Lord Vishnu is directly available there. So for that, you need a separate type of vision. Do you understand? If you say, what is this? It was lying down in that Gandaki river, or it was lying down in the shop. In fact, I paid some, 5 euro, 10 euro, just that I got this stone. That fellow did not bother, threw it outside. How can it be the Lord Vishnu itself? And if it is really Lord Vishnu, why did not that shop fellow did not worship, and he sold it to me and made a good profit? And everywhere you will put your logic intellect, you understand? That means you are good for nothing, wasting your time, wasting others' time. So there you need to have this Shraddha. Shastra Buddhi should take over to defeat your so-called Buddhi. Is it clear? Or else this Upasana Buddhi will never come. And unless Upasana Buddhi comes, will you be able to see Ishwaraha on a stone? That's why in India, we don't worship idols. We never worship idols. But we worship God. And when does that idol becomes God? Technically, when we put our prana, when we put our energy, and that energy, how does it being put? There is a drishti, there is a vision, and there is a process. And how this idol becomes God? Because of the drishti. And because to make the drishti stable, steady, we have a process called prana pratishtha, etc. So also, I need to have a proper drishti, healthy drishti with reference to my living. And Vedanta highlights on that. He says, look, generally in Yoga Shastra, we have seen differently in Shiva Samhita, also in Bhagavad Gita 6th chapter, and Yoga Sutra 2, where this Nasagra Drishti is being highlighted. Why and how? In the beginning stages, if you keep your eyes open all the time, you will be able to see only Nama Rupa, not Brahma. The name of the name and form, not the Brahma, the base. Like you will be seeing only ornament, not the wood. And when you keep your eyes open, all problem only comes to you. Nama Rupa means what? Only problem. Now you decide to close your eyes. So if you keep eyes closed all the time, in the beginning stage is fantastic. So that you start seeing the base, the Brahman, and Nama Rupa starts fading. That's why when you close your eyes, what happens first? First, you forget the desa and kala, time and space. Where you are meditating, where you are sitting, you forget. When did you start? Also, you forget. Then slowly, other things starts fading away. But you cannot keep your eyes closed all the time. Unless you are follower of Mahatma Gandhi. And of course, you cannot keep your eyes open all the time, especially as a beginner. There is only problem. That's why for the beginners, the point was being highlighted that you should have focus on your tip of the nose, nasagra drishti. Why and how? We have discussed in details in different texts, okay? I wish that you are qualified to listen to it, okay? Or else, Swamiji, oh, when did you say? What did you say? Is it true? Then I'll say, please, next time, don't come to the class. Better wherever you are. However, generally, when your thinking is gross, your focus will be in lower chakras. Again, I'm repeating. When your thinking is gross, your focus will be in your lower chakras. Without creating any confusion, Shastra talks very nicely. Have a look while keeping your focus or gazing at your tip of the nose. So when you start seeing, keeping, or it is a practice, while focusing on the tip of the nose, you start seeing, you cannot engage yourself in the world completely, nor you can withdraw. There will be minimum transaction. And then what happens, most important thing, without your knowledge, this is the trick. Your focus will be on your Agyan chakra. So to divert, or you can say to uplift the focus from lower chakra to Agyan chakra, this Nasagra Drishti has been highlighted. This is one statement. Let us complete. As a very good practice. That's why when you cannot do it, Trataka Adi, you are supposed to practice. Once in a while, practice Trataka. So Trataka, you know, okay? So this is not a yoga class now, okay? However, now he says, look, when you start looking at things, keeping or focusing the eyes on your tip of nose, in the process, neither you are completely involved in this Namarupa, nor you are completely aware of the Vastu, the Brahman. But you learn to manage. That's why it is painful job. Clear? So there is a struggle. That's why it is called practice. But it is to be done without break. Because if you do not do Trataka is a simple thing. Many people don't have eye contact. They cannot talk with eye contact. It's wrong. So when you don't have eye contact, oh, 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 oh. So when you have eye contact, then only you can communicate. Because among all the sense organs, eyes are most important sense organ. And that you can make out very easily, especially when you have headache. When you have headache, if you manage to close your eyes, your headache subsides, comes down, because 70% of our total energy is being wasted through our eyes. That's why eyes are most important tool to invite the world Namarupa to me. In fact, this Namarupa Prapancha mainly comes through what? Rupa comes from or comes through eyes, and Nama, the Sabda, comes through ear. If these two are closed, that's all. Only, you understand? Other than nose, that who comes nearby, okay? There is no disturbance at all. Then, unless you keep your mouth open, something falls on your tongue, okay? Then you start testing. Huh? Unless nothing is there, then you start testing also. No, take okay, how your sweat smells. Okay, you can do all these things. Okay, this joke apart. Here, when you say eye contact, this eye contact is important, but at the same time, here we say that completely closing the eyes not healthy, nor completely opening eyes are healthy for the beginners. As a beginner, because the problem is I'm talking to advanced student, supposed to be advanced student, beginner class, okay? So I myself confused, okay, what I'm talking, okay? However, then you say, Swamiji, you are contradicting, you are talking something, you are changing the topic, but what can I do? I'm seeing the mind, okay? That's where my problem is, okay? However, here he says, look, I think let us not drag too much, okay? Now I went other around now. So, when a common thinking is what? So, common thinking is I'm supposed to have this nasadra dushti. But here he says, no, not like that. He says, first, what you need to do, common drushti, common way of seeing to be transformed. Krutva drushtim jnanamayim. So that means krutva, having done, lot of practices involved. Physically, mentally, intellectually, emotionally. So having done means having transformed. What you have transformed? So this transformation has happened within your drushtim. So your common vision, the way you start looking at things, people, object. If you look at, how do you look at people? How do you look at object? Always you look at people object as the source of your security, artha, or kama. You never look at object, situation, people as dharma, forget moksha. Now he says, look, that's why I have been writing, keeping this thing, because now complaints started coming. Swamiji, you are writing too high. So please calm down. So I had to come down, okay? And here he says, once you transform from common vision to Jnanamayim into a knowledge-oriented vision. How? As I said, stone is looked at Vishnu because of Upasana Buddhi. Now, the person Pashyet, may one see what? This Jagat, this world, as what? Brahmamayam, as Brahman alone. How is it possible? It is exactly like a goldsmith. How does a goldsmith look at all bangles, all golden world as nothing but gold? All ornament is nothing but gold. The person doesn't look at ornament. How many kilogram of gold I am having? Can you see this point? Yes, this kilogram of gold in how many pieces? That is secondary. I need to see this everything is nothing but Brahman and Nama Rupa, no problem. Now he says, this drishti, sa drishti, parama udara drishtiti. This is most compassionate, relaxing vision. Because where there is no stress involved, where there is no proving tendency, where there is no comparison, where there is no insecurity. That's why when you people listen to the class, why I was shouting out many times, focus on the class. Don't try to see others who is what. If you start seeing others, that means nothing is entering you. Who are you to monitor others? If you want to monitor, better monitor yourself. Problem is when you cannot monitor yourself. You don't have capability to monitor yourself. You are afraid to monitor yourself. You start monitoring others. So that is called intellectual perversion. More of it. We will see. Om Purnamada, Purnamidam, Purnat, Purnamudachyate, Purnasya, Purnamadaya, Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you, all of you.